Exhausts. Let's talk about them. So today we're going to talk about the great exhaust debate with our second gen Colorados and Canyons. There's a lot of people out there that like certain brands. I'll tell you right now, I've listened to them all and I've listened to them thoroughly. It's hard to get a good judge of what it's going to sound like on a video that somebody took. Videos don't do exhaust justice, no matter if it's a V8 or a V6 or whatever you're driving. So I'm just going to kind of go through the brands that I feel personally don't sound good, and I'll list off some of the ones that I think will sound good and some that are kind of the in-between depending on how you're using your truck. Ones that I've put in certain categories are because of how they sound. Now, I spent like 12 hours listening almost fucking every day before I bought an exhaust. I would go to the factory clips that the manufacturers put up on their page or up on YouTube or wherever they happen to be at. And I listened over and over again. I listened with headphones, without headphones. It took me a long time to decide what kind of exhaust sound I wanted. A lot of people will tell you these exhausts sound garbage no matter what one you get. They're all similar. A V6 should have an exhaust, a catback, you know, whatever. If you're looking into getting one, I suggest you sit down, take the time, and listen to them individually, with and without headphones in different environments, because it's gonna resonate different. Your ears are gonna pick it up differently. So, if you want good sounding on startup, not a lot of down road sound, I would suggest getting Gibson. Any of them, they're all low rumble. When you start it up, they sound great. They're not gonna deafen you. They're not gonna have a lot of drone to them. I'd get MagnaFlow, that has the one that comes out behind the passenger side rear tire. It's kind of OEM sounding. It's not too deep. You're probably going to hear, if you have a cold air intake, you're probably going to hear your cold air intake more than you would hear your exhaust. The AFE the AFE Mach Force exhaust, that sounds good. It is a little more ricey on the ricey end of things if you're one of those people that's like, oh, it's racy, but it sounds good. It does sound good. If you check out 700 Blackout on Instagram, she's got a video of her screaming down the street with it. It sounds fucking phenomenal. I have the AFE Rebel Series side exit. Now, I mentioned that in the previous clip. The reason why I'm going to talk about it now is I'm kind of going to break it down as a review as well. The pros and cons and what I do and don't like about it, obviously. So, one of the things that I love about it, it's really easy to put together. You just bolt it up. AFE has terrible instructions. There's an exhaust hanger that has to be fed through the frame. I couldn't find it for like 20 minutes. It was a pain in my ass. I also did my exhaust in February when it was cold, so there's that. But I love it. When I punch it, it kicks up. When RPMs hit, 5,000 or 6,000 RPMs or whenever it shifts, it goes out the rear end. It sounds fucking awesome as far as I'm concerned. I'm going to get a couple clips for you guys here in a second. I don't like the coating that's on the tips. Now, I know people who have this exhaust that emailed AFE and said, hey, look, your tip is rusting. The black coating that's on there is all falling off. And they sent them a new tip. I don't really care. I live in Canada. It's going to rust. It's going to do that anyways. My truck's beat the shit 9 times out of 10 how I drive it. So I don't care that the exhaust has done that. But some people might, and it's just something you should be aware of. So I'm going to go get a couple clips for you guys, me flying past. I'm going to try and get a couple from inside the truck, but with the squeaks that these trucks have, good luck fucking hearing it. So I'm just waiting at a light right now. I should be able to pin it pretty good after the light. You guys can hear the Rebel Series exhaust. That wasn't me, that was a Honda. Although some of you might think it sounds like a Honda, so. So as you guys know, the Rebel Series side exit right before the rear passenger tire. A lot of people I've seen comments say, oh yeah, it would be great, except for, you know, I'm going to get exhaust units up into the truck when it's, you know, I have kids or whatever. It doesn't happen like that. It doesn't work like that. I've had this door open, or in the winter time I've had it open. You can't smell a single thing going into the cab of the truck with this exhaust, at least by my experience. This isn't even a debate. It's not really a talk either. It's me just mumbling at the camera for however long it takes. So here's the list of exhausts that I think either you are two types of people. You either like loud and maybe even a little ricey, or you want something that's supposed to be low in tone. It's not going to have a lot of drone to it, and it's going to sound good on the road. The ones that I think are in the category of they are low tone and they sound good on the road are Gibson, MagnaFlow, and we're talking about complete catback systems. MagnaFlow, Gibson, AFE Mach Force, not the Rebel Series, because I have the Rebel Series and I'll talk a bit about that, and MBRP's Black Series. That's it. Anything else, I'm telling you right now, it is going to deafen you. It's going to be ricey. So like I tell anybody at the end of a video or during the video at some point is, you can get whatever exhaust or whatever modification you feel like it if you think it suits the sound and the look you're going for. Don't listen to the opinions of others. I just wanted to give everybody a personal heads up as to what ones I think you would probably want to stay away from. Like I said, nothing Corsa, nothing Craven, nothing, what's that other one? Flowmaster. Stay away from those. brands, the better ones that you're going to want. If you don't like loud, if you don't like ricey, Rebel Series Mach Force, MBRP, Black Series, anything Gibson, anything Magnaflow, and you'll be good to go. I also want to make sort of a correction. When I say nothing Flowmaster, I mean don't get a complete exhaust system from Flowmaster. Get a muffler and then get a tip that's completely separate. Those, people come up with some pretty nice combination for those, and a lot of them sound really good. So that's also an option. Or have a shop custom build you an exhaust.